Where can you go in the USA where you can see pirates, call girls, hippies, famous musicians, up-and-coming musicians, cruise ships, expensive sailboats, chickens inside of bars, iguanas chasing chickens, drag queens, secret doors with who knows what's behind there, tons of dollar bill tiki bars, and manatees. Key West, Florida, that's where. And a whole lot more than just that, let me tell you. All right, folks, guess who made it to the end of the road? Kim and Nick.
What's up, YouTube?
Kim is got a great tan. We made it to the most famous crowded key of them all, Key West. And it's been a long road. It's been almost 6 weeks. And speaking of road, we're at the end of the road, literally. Behind me is the southernmost point in the U.S., and that is the last point on the island. That is the furthest out. That is literally the end of the road. Can't go any further south than that in the entire U.S. except for Hawaii. In fact, Cuba is only 93 miles that way. Miami is about 114 miles that way. We're closer to Cuba than we are the mainland of Florida. Here in Key West, there's about 25,000 people on this very crowded island. This is the biggest area in the entire Keys. You probably knew that. It's very weird. It's charming in a tropical vacation, kind of hipster, artsy, music scene, drunk kind of way. It's very wonderful here. I can see why so many people like it. Let's go check it out. Key West, Florida. Boomer heaven. OMG, they love it here. And everyone else who comes down here to party and be weird in strange island land. If you don't know where Key West is, well, where have you been? Look at a map, but I'll show it to you right here. It's at the very end of the Keys, 123 miles from the Florida mainland, or 0 miles from here. This is mile marker 0, the southernmost point in the USA. The road to Florida begins right here, or ends here, whatever. Anyways, a long time ago, Key West was not fancy. It was a rough and tumble land at the end of an island chain. It was covered in jungles. When the Spanish found it, it was all Native Americans. The place really kind of exploded in the 1800s. All the boats that were trying to come into the Gulf, they were crashing. The area was hard to navigate. So there were all these wrecked ships offshore. So people were coming down here to salvage all the wreckage. They were like, look at all these boats that are crashed. We can make money. They called it the wrecking boom. Really, Key West became one of the richest cities per capita in the mid-1800s just from all the salvagers that were making money on all the crashed boats. And through a lot of the 1800s, Key West was really just a ragtag crew of Bohemian fishermen, Cuban cigar workers. There were merchants down here from New England, sponge divers, military officers, and pirates, and drunks. Lots of those. The streets were not even paved back then. It was all just sand. The buildings were wooden. They weren't very fancy, and life revolved around the harbor. It was very working class, very edgy, very rough. Certainly not a place to vacation. Well, that changed because a rich guy named Henry Flagler, he built a railroad line all the way down to Key West in 1912. And people started coming here and they realized, this is amazing. And it became a laid-back, artistic, unconventional, and kind of a wild place to come down to. There were musicians coming down here, hippies, artists, drifters, people looking to escape. They were all coming down to Key West. Go to Key West, anything goes, people would say. Well, as you know, over the last 50 years, Key West is all grown up now. And now it's a destination for vacationers and the wealthy. Tourists come here, cruisers, drinkers, It's very expensive now. It's very polished. And a lot of the people who have been here forever have been priced out. But as you know, this place is popular for a reason. It's clean, it's very safe, it's pretty wonderful actually. Kind of like if you took the vibe of New Orleans and you mashed it up with Nashville. Except Nashville has homeless people all over and New Orleans is just a dirty dump. But here in Florida, they protect their tourism so you can wander around carefree. It's clean, it's safe, it feels like an escape from the rest of America. Feels like you're not even in America. I think that's the whole point. This is pretty much the heart of Duval Street, downtown. Anything goes. People are walking around drinking on the street. Lots of bars, lots of music inside of places. So everything you see in this video is going to be pretty much within a block or two of Duval Street. In case you didn't know, Duval Street's a famous street in Key West. It's the main corridor here. You can see right here. It's a north-south road. It's about 1.5 miles long. It goes from one end of the island to the other, from the Gulf of America down to the Atlantic Ocean. Now, as you're watching this, keep in mind, we came in May. And I'm telling you, when you come to the Keys, come to Florida, come down here in May. What you're about to see is Key West at its finest. The best weather, no crowds, no bugs, no hurricanes, no kids, no college kids, but you get long sunsets, cheaper rooms, and cheaper drinks. That ship is very big.
Remember that one when they hit the red ship? Jameson.
By the wharf. The Key West Wharf. On a beautiful day, it's very hot, but nobody seems to care because there's manatees. Hey, manatee. All right, so where we are right now, this is the hidden Bahamia Village back streets. I think that's what they call it. I asked where's another neighborhood to kind of show Key West that's not Duval Street. And the internet said, go to the Bahamia Village back streets. It's an old black neighborhood. It's very funky. It's colorful with old conch houses, street art, roosters roaming. Well, there's roosters everywhere. And a completely different energy from the party side of town, from Duval Street. Apparently this is where a lot of the old Key West culture still lives. It feels authentic and hidden, and that is straight from the internet. I just read it right off of ChatGPT.
Homegrown tomato, homegrown tomato. What would I be without a home? Put them on a salad, you can put them in a stew. You can even make your own tomato juice. You can eat them with eggs, you can eat them with gravy. Eat them with beans, pinto or navy.
All right, so on this side of town that we met David Wegman. He was playing a gig at a local joint called Andy's Cabana.
You don't have to know the words, just do this. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la.
Now, David Wegman is Mr. Key West. He's an artist, a sailor, historian, author. He's been here forever and knows everyone. Dude's a legend. When famous musicians come to Key West, they stay at his house when they're in town. So we went there too. And he lives in a very modest home on the outskirts of downtown that he calls the Chicken Preserve. Now, the entire interview with David Wegman is on my other channel, Interviews Across America. You should watch it, and you should subscribe to that channel. It's very good.
Eventually, I said, because the girl I was with, she was pregnant with my daughter, so I was about to have another daughter. So we came back, and I bought a house here. When it was like, turned out it was $13,000 for a house in Key West, which was cheap, but it was kind of run down and everything. But
So can people still come down here without a lot of money, but a free spirit and survive down here?
no, you gotta, if you come down here now, you gotta have money.
Those days are gone.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot for $1 million, you know. That's about all you're gonna get.
Well, how do you feel about the fact that the Keys have become so expensive and corporate and commercialized? When back when you first came, part of the reason you loved it was that it was...
Yeah, but it's not the, you know, how many restaurants or bars. It's how the people. I still have really good friends here. You know, so it's the people that make a town.
Another $500,000.
Coming to the island to spend money. Another $500,000 just landed. $500,000?
Yeah, but now it's a little off season. So, but when, like last month, those planes are flying over every 20 minutes. There's a plane landing. So you see how much money that brings to the island. Hotel rooms, restaurants. Yeah, you know this. You see that table there? Did you see the photograph that's on that table? Yeah, that's the Chesney table. He just about 3 weeks ago shot a video in the yard at the piano there. See the piano?
Where?
Sitting on that piano bench.
In your front yard?
Right here. See that piano right there?
Oh, he shot a video here?
Yeah, that's Wyatt.
What's up? I'm Nick.
Wyatt.
Nice to meet you.
Wyatt, he's playing at Margaritaville, but he's having trouble seeing. But when they get these new eye ops, you know, these things, he's going.
You are having trouble seeing.
Yeah, he means I'm partially blind.
Okay.
Yeah. How's it going?
What's up? Do you live in Key West?
No, I live in Nashville.
So you're here. What brought you here? Here, take this for a second.
He's another songwriter like Kenny.
Quick little. Yeah, sure.
Another songwriter like Kenny. He's just passing through, but I gave him as comfortable as I can.
Yeah,
make
what do
it.
you think about my my hotel room
This
over there?
This is where
for a
you're
week.
staying.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got the hammock, the fan, and it isn't a rocking chair, but it's got it all. And then the ship's wheel of the Titanic.
So you came to spend some time with him?
I
He
did.
came to work
Yeah, I
at
did.
Margaritaville, but another musician said, you know, I got any place where my friend Wyatt can stay for a week? I said, yeah, I'll fix him, because everything else is rented, you know.
That's all right.
So yeah, I'll fix him up a spot.
I just came down from Nashville because, you know, like sometimes it's the same old scene up there. You want something a little bit more relaxed and meet some new people. And I mean, I've had some experiences this week that I would have never thought that I would have ever had, you know.
Like, give me an example.
Well, I mean, meeting some of the people that I've met, particularly like him, staying up till 4 a.m., hearing about all the stories, all the places he's sailed to, and just going, I can't believe I'm sitting across from somebody like this, you know, who's been all over the world in a boat, and you know, got to hang out with some of the people that knew Jimmy yesterday at a party, and yeah, I mean, it's just quite an experience, you know. Definitely a vibe.
It's inspiring.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'll leave here with I could probably write 100 songs about David's life. Of course, he probably already has. So.
No, go ahead. You have my permission.
All right. Cool.
Is that your suitcase here?
It is, yeah.
All right.
I didn't know I was going to roll out of bed and be in a documentary, but you know, there you go.
How long? Do you have an indefinite stay here?
No, I leave on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting on a Greyhound bus and going to Miami and then flying back to Nashville. So it's been quite a trip, man. I started in Tampa, played a high-end casino, stayed in a resort for 3 days, and then flew down here. And this is my resort for the past 4 days.
Well, how can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me Wyatt Edmondson. I got music out now. I've got an album called Make Light of the Dark coming out in October, which I wrote about my experience losing sight. I'm losing my sight progressively. So I wrote it with a guy who is producing it who also has my same condition, and the two of us made the album, and it's pretty powerful stuff, and it comes out in October, but got a lot of music out there right now too.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Yeah. Tell me what you just said about the billionaires and millionaires part.
The billionaires kicked out the millionaires. Now it's got to almost be a billionaire to live here. You know, $1 million, you know, get maybe a lot, but you got to build a house.
Yeah, man. You got your spider. And how long have you been in this house?
I've been here since the early 80s.
Did you build this place?
No, this house has been here 120 years. But, the little shack in the back, I built that out of shit I found on the street, you know. But there's a couple bedrooms.
Was this an old...
Just an old, like black woman lived here.
Okay.
Back then, rent was only $100 a month, you know.
It has, a total, you're in the Caribbean vibe here.
Yeah. That's all dead people on that wall.
Who do you miss the most in all your other people that are no longer with you in life? Who do you miss the most? Do you have one?
I've got so many good friends that are gone, you know, that people I've sailed with, you know, and they had a boat. I had my boat, but a good friend, he died last year. And another friend, Dink, that had a house here, and his father drove Hemingway to Idaho every year and worked on his farm in Cuba. But he grew up with Hemingway, you know, coming to his house. But he was a wealth of information about Hemingway and Key West, the early days, you know.
So you just embrace the whole chicken thing and just...
Yeah, we leave the chickens, they run free here. They sleep in trees at night, but we don't have to feed them or anything.
No.
They take care of themselves.
It adds charm to the island.
Yeah, I don't mind chickens crowing in the morning. I get up anyhow, so.
They're killing iguanas. You know that? How do you feel about that? Like
iguanas are a big pain in the ass. They shoot them all. They come, Blue Heaven up in the trees until he put up those sails and everything. They would shit right on your plate. You order a nice breakfast, plop. So Richard had to have the guy come and take them out, you know. But they're a big pain in the ass.
Way back, this was a bordello. Blue Heaven was a bordello. It was owned by a guy named Gandalf Wheeler. But back in the 30s, Hemingway, when his wife Pauline put in the swimming pool at the house, he displaced his boxing ring. So he moved his boxing ring over to about where the stage is there. And he used to referee all the boxing matches. It became the Blue Goose Arena. It was a pretty famous boxing center. And they used to have cockfights here. And Hemingway buried his losers in that little cemetery that they call the Rooster Cemetery. And that's why all these years, this was like 1930, all these years later, it's still there. They've kept it. They don't pay much attention to it. So it's a little railing fence, just before the stage down there against the wall. And but it's still there because Hemingway's roosters are in the cemetery. They call it the Rooster Cemetery. But I do serious work. The chickens are strictly my backyard stuff. It's because I'm back here and I listen to the music and paint chickens because they're walking around. But I do serious work. I do engraving mainly at in the gallery and stuff. But it's fun to come down here and I sit here and I work and I make frames and I watch people eat.
How long have you lived in Key West?
I came here in 1973. I came here so long ago that my first apartment was a 2-bedroom apartment with a big yard on Whitehead Street for $75 a month. This past season it was for rent for $3,150 a month. And same thing with the houses. You can buy a house for $10,000 down here because a lot of people were employed by the 4 military bases that we had down here. And after Vietnam ended, they really left town. And they sold their houses. You can buy a house for $10,000. They didn't build that highway to come down here until the early 80s. So before that, tourists didn't come here at all. It was strictly shrimpers from Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas. It was a rough little town. And when they built the road, they formed the Tourist Development Commission at the same time. They started advertising for tourists. And now, there's $10,000 house to be $1.5 million, $2 million easily. And expense-wise, unless a lot of the really great people that have friends of mine that live here bought their houses back in the 80s for $60,000, $70,000. Even though my friend Tortuga Jack, who's the poet laureate of Key West, he and his wife Suzanne, they bought their house back in the 80s for like $70,000 or something. He told me his neighbor just sold a house for $1.5 million. But why would you sell it? And why, if you own a house down here, you're a lucky guy. Why would you ever want to sell it and leave? When I first moved here, it was almost a hippie community, but it was a lot of artists, and probably half of the permanent residents here now are musicians. One of the best things about living on this island is that the people that live here are really cool people. It really supports the arts and music and everything. And everyone else is on vacation, and they're really nice people. So there's literally no crime. You can walk around 3 o'clock in the morning and you're not going to get mugged. And we're 150 miles from Miami, which you're going to be a little careful of there. But there's literally no crime down here. You look at the sheriff's mugshot website, and it's all drunken driving, that type of thing. They make all their money off of that, Yeah, the reason, Blue, the rescue dog, she likes the chickens, but she sees an iguana up there. And there's an iguana, forget about it. They usually walks along the wire. Blow! People are eating.
All right, so everything on this street is between $1.5 and $3 million. And I looked it up. Homeowners insurance is $40,000 to $100,000 a year if you want to live here. And this is probably, I'd say, this isn't the fanciest neighborhood, but this is kind of what an idea on what the upper middle class, like the good neighborhood here is. It's a very vast area of $2, $3, $4 million homes in this whole kind of area right here in the middle of the island. A lot of the island looks like this. A lot of Key West looks like this. And a lot of this is owned by corporations, rich people, Airbnb types.
Look at this street. This is beautiful. beautiful.
And it's very hard. It is beautiful, and
Cue
it's
the rooster.
very hard to see the houses because they're just covered. Everybody's trying to be secret.
Oh, my shade.
Okay, so this is Truman Annex. I was told this is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in the South. This used to be a former naval base, turned into a fancy neighborhood that is very sought after. OMG, it is so fancy. Houses are between 800 grand only and $2 million in here. Not sure what you get for 800. They all kind of look the same. Another side of Key West that you didn't think existed, but it does. There's a park. Oh my gosh, look at that house. That is, I think there's like a former president that.
It's probably Truman.
Harry Truman, yeah. Oh yeah. Harry Truman had a place in here, apparently. Maybe that was his house. It seemed like all the little neighborhoods we walked around had been all fixed up, but they still kept their old charm. We found some stuff here that is some of the cheapest we've seen in the Keys. $165,000 for some of this stuff. Some of it's going to be a little bit more. So this house right here, if you can stop, $165,000. That is the cheapest house we've probably seen in the Keys. You're in Key West, you're at the north end of Key West, so you're not in the heart of it, but you're on the end. But you're at the end of the road here. But a lot of this stuff up here is affordable. It's very affordable. Now, you're gonna have to deal with insurance stuff, and there's other things that you gotta consider, but for the property itself, this is actually really not that bad. We're out here filming the Key West neighborhoods where it's very interesting out here. It feels different than any other key we've been in. And that's why we came. I mean, it's funky here. We got Pirate Camp. I mean, you get some deals, folks. It is not fancy here, but it is funky. Funky, not fancy. Now, just briefly, I'm going to show you as you leave Key West, or I guess when you get to Key West, the eastern side of the island, it doesn't have sidewalk music and tiki bars. The eastern half of the island looks like a regular town. Strip malls, fast food joints, grocery stores. It's pretty boring, it's pretty basic, but you can see that anywhere, right?
We're an island in the middle of the ocean. Everybody gets along because it's a common understanding. We move slower, play harder, get up and make it happen. This is a culturally exceptional place on all levels. The idea of, one human family. It's real. It's real. We are truly the only Caribbean city in all of the United States. Our main drag, if you will, Duval Street, spans 13 blocks from Gulf to Atlantic, 1 1/4 mile. Fishing, diving, snorkeling, sailing. Gotta love the water. We are truly, in my opinion, one of the most, if not the most pet-friendly community in all of the United States. Feathered, furry, scales, doesn't matter. It's, this is a special place and a small community considering. Historically, this has always been a place for artists to at least visit, if not move down permanently, because it's far enough away but close enough to everything else. You got over 150 miles of overseas highway to drive down here if you prefer, but you can sail here, you can motorboat here, you can fly here. It's a 747 pulling into, dropping into EYW. Wow, that's wild, man. That's just for me having, that didn't used to happen. They've extended the runway twice to accommodate aircraft that size, and interesting, fascinating, really. This goes from writers, painters, authors of all journalistic aptitude, musicians, obviously, dancers, everything. We're talking rock stars to authors to drag queens. They're all here. And it's understood. It's just understood.
There's a pirate. So Key West is an anything goes kind of place, you know that. That's why one day we ducked into Drag Queen Bingo. Oh man, what is happening? Do we need to do this?
B5. Now remember, you guys, you're close. What letter are you looking for? An O. All right, now listen, guys, because a lot of you guys are very close. If you are one away, listen up, because let me tell you, if two people call bingo at the same time, if two people call bingo, you must run up to me. Run, 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 run. You must touch my tit. The first one to touch my tit with the correct bingo will be the winner. Okay? You will be getting butt-ass naked. Alright, let me check real quick. It comes with herpes, so enjoy it. Alright.
I really wanted to win that prize on the left. You probably can tell what that is. But somebody else got bingo before I did, damn it.
It's up to you. We're going with a double-headed dildo. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. I knew she was eyeing that. She said, grab that fucking dildo. All right, audience, I'm going to do a number for you. This is your chance to tip me. You don't have to call me
And we literally got video of every single bar and restaurant in Key West, I think. Here's the highlights. On night one, we went to Sloppy Joe's because everybody said we needed to come here, and we're glad we did. That's Andy. Everybody knows Andy, apparently. It is hot and it is sticky. It's only mid-May. It's 90, humid. I cannot imagine what it's like in July here. It is just absolutely brutal. Everybody's feeling the same way. Everybody out here is kind of sweaty and everybody smells. You just kind of embrace it, including that homeless guy that just walked by. We're all the same smell out here. Okay, we were in Florida's longest tiki bar, and this is Florida's smallest bar, apparently. Oh my God, that's it. I was gonna like walk in and like that's the bar. That is hilarious. Oh my God. This is also a favorite, Schooner Wharf Bar, right on the wharf. And there's manatees out here, look. Only in Florida, maybe. I mean, there's all kinds of just nooks and crannies in Key West, or just all of a sudden you'll see just some really exclusive fancy place, or you just look down a little alley and there's just all of a sudden you see something like this right off the main drag here.
Lady, I really want you to touch me. Every time I walk that line, picture you there beside me.
Somebody put one right there.
Do it.
Right next to that one.
Yes.
Ready?
Yes. Snappy! You can drink on the street here. What is this? There's a whole alley of just bars. One of the places we went to, downstairs had a regular music venue. It was a bar downstairs. And then a clothing optional place on the 3rd floor. You're not allowed to bring a camera in. I went up there, looked around for you guys to report back. And I can say that the people who were naked up there were the ones that probably should not be naked. I think that's how it always is. There's a little bit of this here. You know, this is the first kind of on drugs guy. Well, not the first, but there's not much of this here. We're going on the train. Choo choo. Kim, turn around and say hi. We're high.
I know. I feel like I jumped on a train, like going bound to nowhere.
We're train hopping.
I'm like, here, right, all right, we gotta go. Is he? No, he's not stopping.
Well,
no, it's rolling stuff.
it's all right.
California's stopping.
All right, we'll get off eventually. We hopped on this thing. We don't know where we're going.
Rogers?
On a train bound for nowhere. On Key West Island. Nowhere to know where we're going. No way to know.
We're definitely going back.
All right.
Is there something I can pull? Like, ding ding, get me off.
Ding ding, iguana ahead.
Stop sign. Are you ready? Nick?
Be ready.
All right, we will be.
Roll, tuck and roll.
All right, you have your purse, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. He'll
He's
stop.
not really stopping.
All right.
He's not really doing a very good job. Okay, well.
Chance. Be safe.
No. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness! There goes Kim. I jumped off and Kim did not jump off. I jumped off. I was like, I thought she was coming. Kim's still going. Oh, she got off. We were just down here watching some music, and the little train pulled up. We thought it was like a public little trolley that was gonna like take us around Duval Street. And the people on board were like, we're going to the airport. And we're like, oh crap. But like, we rented this for like our booze cruise.
No, that did not.
Wait, okay, what?
I could have been injured.
You could have been injured. I was like, where did Kim go? I hopped off and you didn't go.
No, it was California rolling the stop signs. I can't do that.
Okay, we made it. We made it. Okay.
I died right there. 15.
15 minutes. We were about to go to the Doubletree, which is 15 minutes away, which is like by the airport. All right, lesson, if you come to Key West, do not jump on the train.
No, they could be rented.
That does not go where you think it goes.
Somebody go.
Oh God, look out for the scooters.
I heard somebody go. I was trying to figure out who those people were. They're just, okay, wait a minute, they don't work with us.
Oh my gosh.
We've seen those trains all day. We just thought it was public transportation.
We just thought it was just hop on and go wherever you want. We're gonna go up and down.
We're gonna get a little ride.
We're gonna go up and down Duval Street, and we almost went to the airport and went home, damn it. Kim and I rode the rails we're doing it for you guys, YouTube.
We rode the Key West rails.
We rode the Key West.
So scary.
Oh my gosh, we're just so adventurous. Oh God, let's go there. Went to another neighborhood that people have said we needed to see. They're like, Nick and Kim, you guys should go to Stock Island. So we did, of course. Stock Island is right on the outskirts of Key West. This is where all the original hardcore working class people lived in the 1800s. The mechanics, the welders, the fishermen, the blue collar people, the tough people that kind of built Key West. This is where all the shrimp boats and cargo boats pulled in about 150 years ago. They also had livestock here. That's where it got its name. This was all the old, real Key West. There's still some modest homes here that line the island, just like there were back in the old days. But today, a lot of it's expensive marinas, boutique resorts, breweries, upscale tourist stuff. Longtime residents say the old remnants of old Key West are being replaced by tourism and luxury development, even over here on Stock Island. And that is a shame. We were over there. Everybody's like, you got to go into Hogfish Bar and Grill. It's famous, you guys. You got to get the hogfish. So we did. They are not open yet, clearly. Hogfish fritters.
Hogfish.
Oh, hogfish bites. Everything. This whole store is key lime. Key lime, key lime, key lime. Key lime is everything in the Keys. I think that's maybe where the name key lime came from. I don't know. I should probably know that. But they really push it hard here. Key lime pie, key lime chips, key lime chapstick, key lime ice cream, key lime whatever those are, key lime candy, key lime juice, key lime salad dressing. Actually, that looks pretty good. And key lime water. $148. What? Where's it made? We're gonna go check out the best beach in Key West right now. There are two, and we're going to go look at the one that's
in a quarter mile. Continue straight.
That way. Well, we didn't make it to the beach because they wanted like $10 to drive down there. So I just flew my drone instead. That's Fort Zachary Taylor Historic State Park Beach. And the water looks wonderful, huh? This is the biggest iguana that we have seen. And he is running. Look at him go. Oh my God, they're so fast. That's faster than you can run, I bet. And they put up with the chickens, but they hate the iguanas here. They ruin everything. They have diseases. They shoot them. They cannot stand iguanas here. Some places even have aluminum wrapped around the trees to stop them from climbing up. But I don't care what your politics are. I don't care how old you are, what race you are, what religion you are, what gender you are. When the manatees show up at the dock, you all go down and take pictures. Manatees are the common bond between all humans. Alright, so I probably have like an hour of chicken and rooster footage from Florida. They're all over down here. We went into one place to hang out and looked under the bar stool, and there was a mama chicken right there who had just built a nest. Right there under the bar. The bartender was like, oh, well, I can't do anything about it. Can't move her now. Are you the father? Are you the father? Are you the father? Are you the father? Oh, he must be the father. Oh, I was filming and I got rooster shit on me. What the hell? I was just... I don't know, like...
We don't even see him up there.
Yeah, he's up there laughing.
Ew, there you want Mike.
Yeah. Look at me trying to, get a good shot of the dang sidewalk here.
Go away.
the chickens pretty much came over here when they settled from the Bahamas and stuff many years ago. And all of the Keys are bird sanctuaries. So the Fish and Wild Commission, these are not chickens, they're wild birds. And as wild birds, they come under the same protection as an eagle or an osprey or anything. And you can be arrested by the police if you kill the chicken. The police aren't going to do that, but legally, it's against the law to kill a chicken down here.
Chickens at the pool? I mean, come on, people. Really? Look at this place. Right on Duval Street. I mean, right on Duval. Best location on Duval Street. And I'm not saying that because Chris is awesome and hooked us up. I'm saying it because it's true. Now, when we were here, we stayed at the Key West Hotel. It's right on Duval Street, just blocks from the harbor, right in the center of everything. Do yourself a favor. When you come to Key West, you get yourself a place right on the main street. Save yourself the trouble of cabs or walking or whatever. It's way worth it. The Key West Hotel is pretty much the best place to stay on the entire street. And Chris and the staff here are just completely wonderful. We got lucky that we found this place. You guys need to stay here too. One of the nicest rooms right on the main street, and it's actually reasonable. And I'll show you how close we are. Duval Street is right here. That's Duval Street. There's a rooster up in the tree right outside the window. All right, I couldn't sleep. It's about 5:20 a.m. Not since 4. What's going on out here at 5:20? You're the one keeping the whole hotel awake. This is the cleanest, rowdiest place I've ever seen. Right. It's hot. It is hot, okay. It is our last morning in the Keys here in Key West. It's about 8 in the morning. It's already super hot. It's 85 and humid. I'm not gonna miss this. I don't know how they do it down here in the summer. But we are gonna miss the Keys. We're sad to go. Kim and I very rarely are sad to leave a place. We're not happy about leaving. I can see why everybody comes down here. This place is wonderful. It is not what we thought it was going to be. And I can safely say this is one of my most favorite places that we've been. You ever going back to where you came from? Or is
Not a chance in all living existence. Visiting is one thing. I can't think of any reason that I personally would decide to move from my island. I've tried. I legitimately tried to leave Key West, made it about a year. I tried. Love the place that you live the place that you love, and do it collectively as a community. It's possible. Happening here for a very long time. Living strong.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, dude. And off he goes, Mr. Key West himself. Maybe on another adventure. Just like us. Look, we didn't come to Key West in the winter when the weather's best and when all the retirees and snowbirds are here and it's crowded. We didn't see it during spring break. We didn't come during the hot, humid, crowded summer season. We came at the best time. So maybe that's why Kim and I left Key West going, this sure is a wonderful place. But I had no other perspective. It really was better than advertised. And that was the end of our Florida adventure. And that's the end of our deep south spring adventure. We started out in the Georgia mountains in April and wound our way through Alabama, Florida swamps, more of Florida swamps, and all the way down to the end of the road. Mile marker 0. 6 weeks, 5 sunburns, and more bug bites than we could count.
44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 55, 56, 57, 58.
Shut up.
60. You
60?
have 60 just right here.
What about my, and then
I can't it's hard to tell how many you have here, but you got a lot.
I can't, how do these people do it? Okay, so we're now the most traveled channel in America. We've seen so many places and continue to get into the rest of America. If you're looking to move and you want help with the real estate agent or need ideas on where you can move, email me or click the link in the description. My video call consulting program might be perfect for you. I also have a new ebook. It's a comprehensive guide on the best and sometimes worst parts of the country that you can move to. We update that book all the time as we travel. The details for the consulting program and the ebook are in the description below. If you want Mappy merch, like t-shirts, stickers, and mugs, there's a link to my store in the description, or just click store at the top of the channel. And you should think about joining as a channel member. Click the link in the description, or click on membership at the top of the page, or just scan this QR code on your screen. As a member, you'll get to see all the excerpts, Mappy bloopers, and uncensored content. There's even stuff I did back in college on there. I also do cameos. I can send your birthday wishes or hellos or whatever you want in a video message straight to your inbox. The link to my Cameo page is in the description. And finally, we have another channel that you should subscribe to. It's called Interviews Across America, where I upload all the uncut, complete interviews with real Americans from all walks of life. The link for that channel is in the description too, or just search for Interviews Across America. That's it. Thanks for watching.